Hi everyone, I'm Daniela and welcome back to Black Cat Kitchen. Today I'm going to show you how to make a few varieties of quick pickles. Now, most people I know love a pickle, but the actual pickling process itself can be quite long and exaggerated and a lot of hard work. So let me show you how to make this quick pickle, which means you'll have beautiful pickled vegetables and fruit overnight.
I'm going to peel my carrots. You can leave the skin on, but give them a good scrub. I've topped and tailed it to take off those dry and woody ends. Put your carrots into a food processor for a fine, consistent grate. You can use a box grater, or you can cut your carrots into batons. They'll work just as well. The larger the vegetable or fruit you're pickling, the longer it will take to pickle. To your carrots, add a few tablespoons of a coarse salt and really crush it in to start drawing out the moisture. The more moisture we pull from the vegetable, the more of our pickling liquid it will absorb. I'm going to do the same with our red onions. Normally, I'd leave the root end on the onion, but we're going to cut this in the opposite direction from how I normally do it. We're cutting from tip to root. This will give you a beautiful onion slice. And because these aren't tearless, I'm using onion goggles. Place the onions into a bowl. Season with a few tablespoons of coarse salt.
You'll want to use a coarse or kosher salt for this. If you use a table salt with iodine, it just won't leach out as much of the liquid from the vegetables or fruit that you need it to.
Just like the carrots, we're going to really incorporate that salt to draw out the liquid. And now for our cabbage. Pickled cabbage is one of my all-time favorites. This is like a simplified version of a sauerkraut. Remove the core of your cabbage and then cut it down into chunks so that they'll fit into your food processor. Or you can slice this by hand as finely as possible. It all depends on how large you want your pieces of cabbage to be. Now in with our salt and crush, crush, crush. I'm cutting my cucumber into a coin shape. You can do spears and they'll work just as well. They might just take a little bit longer to develop that pickly flavor. Give them a toss in the coarse salt. And finally, I'm chopping thin slices of apple. Pickled apple is so delicious on sandwiches or in a salad. The sweet and sour flavor really helps to balance out a dish. I'm cutting mine into little matchsticks. With the apples, I'm using slightly less salt and about a teaspoon of sugar to bring out their natural sweetness.
The finer you chop your fruit or vegetable, the quicker it's going to pickle, so you could even have it in a few hours' time.
Weigh your jar before adding in your fruit or vegetable. This gives us a good idea of how much pickling liquid we need to make. I've given my vegetables and fruit a little rinse with water to remove some of that excess salt, and I'm going to wring them out to release the liquid. Once you've squeezed out as much of the liquid as possible, pop your vegetable or fruit into a jar. Any jar with a lid will do. Give it a little fluff so that it's not a complete mass in the jar. This will allow the pickling liquid to get all the way around the vegetables. You'll do the same with your remaining vegetables and fruit. For my apples, I'm going to pop in a stick of cinnamon. Just adds a little extra spice. Once you've filled your jar with your vegetable or fruit, give it another weigh. Then subtract the weight of the jar and that will give you your weight of your fruit or vegetable. You'll want to do this for the remaining jars.
We're using a 2-to-1 ratio of vegetables or fruit to vinegar. So for every 100 grams of vegetables or fruit that you're using, you'll use 50 milliliters of vinegar, and then you'll top up the rest with a little bit of water.
I've set this over medium-high heat just to warm through. This step is optional. You can use cold vinegar in your jars. It just might take a little bit longer for the pickling process to happen. I start by filling mine about halfway, and then I come back and top them up a little bit more. I use a chopstick to sort of poke down my vegetable or fruit and make sure that all of the air bubbles have come up. Press down your vegetables if they're still exposed to the air, then pour a little bit of water on top to make sure they're completely covered. Now pop on your lids, whether they're one like mine where you clip on or a screw on top, it doesn't matter. We aren't looking for these to be pressure sealed. They're so easy to make, so go on, get pickling.
I like to use these in sandwiches or on top of a fresh salad. You've got so many different options with pickles. They go really nicely in a soup if you want to add a little bit of zest to it, or if you're like me, you'll eat them straight out of the jar, and they'll last up to 2 weeks in your fridge. Let me know down below what's your favorite thing to pickle, and if you're looking for another recipe, check out this video here. And be sure to hit the subscribe button for more videos coming up soon. From me and this little pickle, we'll see you in the next video.